again, it is time for Talking Points. My name is Sheldon Scott. I'll be with you up until the 10 o'clock hour. Indeed, it is Talking Points. We say a special good night to our listeners joining us via We Noise Radio and We Noise TV. Those of you joining us via the YouTube, those of you joining us via the Facebook. Just want to give you all some reminders before we get into tonight's program.
Or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com. WeNoise TV, the leading streaming provider. Anytime, anywhere, any screen. Access to your favorite HD contents with prices as low as ever. Choose from monthly, quarterly, or yearly payments. This worldwide service is flexible for you to keep up with all your favorite programs, shows, movies, and local programming from home no matter where you travel to. Worldwide TV channels right at your fingertips wherever you are. Latest in live sports, binge watch all your favorite TV shows, movies on demand, videos on demand. You can pause, rewind, fast forward anytime. Never miss 1 minute in entertainment important to you. No contracts, no added prices for sports or premium packages. We certainly don't have to pull tricks like cable and satellite companies. Our product speaks for itself and beyond. We Noise TV. We have everything like Netflix, Disney, Amazon. Watch your favorite movies, TV shows, and series with our services. With our service, you will get rid of all other subscriptions. For more information, contact We Noise TV at 929-445-4463, or you can email us at wenoisetv@gmail.com.
Are you ready to take your brand to the next level? Look no further than the Chameleon Design Studios, the creative powerhouse behind Key Central and dozens of standout brands across Grenada and beyond. From web designs, animations, and motion graphics to custom video productions, we bring your visions to life with unmatched efficiency and professionalism. Need a logo? Logo design starts at just $1,500, and our starter pack includes brochures, call cards, and letterheads. Whether you're launching a new business, revamping your identity, or telling your story visually, Chameleon Design Studios is the new face of designs. Call us now at 1473-422-8601 or scan that QR code. Follow us on Instagram at chameleon_473. Let's communicate. Call us today.
NNP goes digital. Leadership means showing up where the people are. That's why we're meeting you wherever you are with the all-new NNP website and mobile app, your direct instant connection to a team that's ready to build a better Grenada with you. Tap in to get updates, show your support with a secure donation, or share your ideas with the team. It's never been this easy to stay plugged in, speak out, and get involved. Find the NNP app in the App Store and Google Play, or visit nnpgrenada.com. Let's stay connected, because when we pull together, life gets better for everybody.
Yes, indeed, folks. So make sure you take the opportunity and you download the NNP app. I'm just making sure that everyone is hearing me clearly. everyone is hearing me properly and all that, huh? Yeah, just making sure that everything is normal. Tonight, I think the phone line, the direct line is working properly now. At least when I checked it during the day, we took the time, we made sure. Yeah, so it's working. And we are going to keep the phone lines open for the entire program tonight. No, it's Corpus Christi. No, some folks apart from church, some folks did the traditional planting today. Eh? Don't know if your area got the rain, but mine didn't. Yeah. We usually expect rain on Corpus Christi, but I did not see any rain down in my zone. We say climate change is real, climate change is real, yeah? Climate change is more than real. And I believe we have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing?
Not so bad, man.
Yeah, well,
voice, man.
Demand day, man. Go right ahead.
Yes. So how things, brother?
Everything is going okay for the time being.
I was trying to call last night too, but I couldn't get through because I guess as much your number you said was not going through. I was trying to call your number. I wasn't getting through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Mr. Scott, when we put it brother to rest, that's William Reed. He rested yesterday.
Okay, William Reed.
Yes.
Okay.
He was strong. He was a strong member of we. Very powerful man in the NNP. Understand? We talk bad about NNP, which in your place. What I want to talk about tonight, Mr. Scott.
One thing, caller, I am hearing you. I'm still hearing you a bit low. I'm sure everybody else might be having the same issue, but go ahead.
Yeah, you hear me now?
The volume. If you could up the volume on your end slightly for me.
The volume is right up.
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh no! Now you got distorted. Now you get too high.
You get too high.
Yeah. Now you're distorted. All right, but you go ahead. I'll twiddle with it here. Yeah, you go ahead. Go ahead, caller.
Yes, what I want to talk about tonight, in terms of the union with Mr. Jude and teachers and stuff like that. I was speaking to someone today when I saw the information comes up on my phone. I was speaking to someone else, and I was saying, well, that's what I understand, because I also watched the show part of the news from GBM. I'm saying to her, look at the situation right now with teachers and stuff like that. And it worked for me to know that Mr. Jude was just recently in STEM Cargo talking about the government they do an excellent job at. He also talked about when they were in 2025. You know, to also get rid of this former, when the NNP, with the union as well, they do good and this and that, because it was wasted that the NNC has all the information. But it bothers me now to know that you're telling them now that if they already comes up in the teachers, he talks about even some of the families
Caller, for some reason, I think one or two folks telling me they're hearing you, but very low. You want to try calling the WhatsApp number? You want to try calling this number via WhatsApp?
Maybe something is wrong.
Yeah, because I got it to work properly during the day today, but now for some reason. Yeah, but during the day I was getting it perfect. Everybody was hearing me, I was hearing them.
Can I breaking up?
Yeah. So call me on the WhatsApp.
Alright.
Yeah. So yeah, folks, looked like we had to leave that out, but I did set it up today. I did get the call coming through clear, everything. I took hours and I changed around. I did everything and it was coming through very clear. We're going to try again in a timing, but call us on the WhatsApp. Let's see if that makes any significant difference to the entire thing. someone was saying they're hearing a lot of noise, and others were saying they're hearing it low. So we're going to stick to the WhatsApp still, yeah. Until it's a working day and I could get a technician in, eh? Because I did do everything that they said do and thing, yeah, and it was working. And now, yeah, somebody saying the caller is very low and also breaking up. All right, yeah, so. But caller, use the same number, but use it via WhatsApp and call us. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good Sheldon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. You go right ahead.
Yeah, Sheldon, I listened to Jane 7 program this afternoon. And Sheldon, boy, the amount of corruption, Jenny, are less taking place in the prison of the Sheldon. And it come now like the main reason for you to get promotion under this NDC administration, Sheldon, you have to be corrupt. Because what Jenny outlined, the more you be corrupt as a prison officer, you get promotion. But prisoners are working up with integrity, doing the work as was they were appointed to do, and following the law of the prison, Sheldon, there's no promotion for them. Then them who doing the corruption, Sheldon, they are getting promotion. And this is like a monk.
Hello? Yeah, hello? Okay, caller, you dropped off there. And we're just giving the caller a moment or two to see if the call reconnects. They may be in a bad service area because we're hardwired here, so it's not coming from our end. It definitely is coming from their end. Yeah, caller, you're going to have to give us a call. Yeah, it dropped off. Caller, you give us a call back. Yeah, give us a call back. Yeah, probably the area that you're in, the service is not working that properly. Yeah? Yeah, probably the area that you're in. So give us a call back, caller. And I'll say this. I didn't get to listen to the program this evening. But if there is an issue with corruption in the prison, I myself received a call that told me of certain things going on in the prison, but the individual did not follow up and tell me anything more. They just said one or two things, and there was not much more I could have said past what they told me. And what they told me in itself was already seriously problematic. I'll say this. You can't have, but you should not have corruption going on in the prison. That's the worst place. Because you have individuals who have been placed there because they are a danger to the general public. That's the reason that you remove people from the general public and you place them in prison. It is because they are a danger to the general public, either a danger to their finances, a danger to their being, a danger to their children, a danger to the general public. That is why you remove people from the general public and you place them in prison. If corruption is taking place up there, that allows the individuals who are within His Majesty's prison to carry out certain activities that they ought not to carry out because they have been placed there to keep them away and to keep their activities away from the general public, then my friends, we have a big problem taking place. Just a few years ago, we know what happened when prisoners escaped. No, they wasn't up at the prison. but they were prisoners at the point in time. And if we have circumstances that are taking place that offers the opportunity to these individuals to carry out specific acts or to do specific things that they ought not to be doing, then we have a big problem. And we have a bigger problem than that too, because when you have a prison officer who has been found to break the law with something that you have to imprison them, which prison you putting them in? The same prison? In between the same prisoners that they were the warden of? So you all understand, you're going to put them there and just put them in a specific section, then leave them in a section for themselves? What is going to take place there? Because we are a small country. We only have one prison facility. Yeah? That's it. Richmond Hill Prison, that's it. One prison facility. We don't have multiple prison facilities. So we have to relook the entire prison system. How we deal with prisoners so we don't have recidivism taking place. How we utilize the possible skills, etc., of people who are within the prison system. We have to relook this entire thing. Yeah? Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello? Hello, good night. Okay. Yeah, we seem to have lost that one. Yeah. So, folks, we have to relook the entire way that the prison system operates. Yeah? Who is inside is not supposed to get out, is not supposed to send out information or receive information unless it is filtered through the proper channels. People in the prison system, both wardens and the prisoners themselves, there are certain activities they are not supposed to be involved in, and if they are involved in those activities, there have to be consequences to those. So we have to understand what is taking place, whatever it is. I did not hear the program, so I can't say this is what took place, that is what. I'm just speaking of things that I have heard. I've heard of issues regarding interpersonal relationships between prisoners and wardens, senior wardens and junior wardens. I've heard of interpersonal relationship issues there. When I say that, the wrong type of relationships that I've heard between prisoners and wardens and so. But I did not get the full thing in relation to it. So I prefer to hold until I get full information, because I don't want people looking at all the prison officers as though all of them are involved in that sort of thing. Yeah? We have a call online. Hello?
Sheila, good night.
Yeah, you're around something that making a serious noise, brother.
No, I'm not wrong me.
Oh boy.
You hear me?
Yeah, you go ahead. I think it is coming from inside here. You go ahead.
Yes, Sheila. I listened to the program this afternoon, Sheila, and she outlined the amount of corruption that's taking place in the prison, Sheila. And what Jen's saying, that the prison them is the one that.
Hello? Yeah, that noise was coming from your end. Yeah, because as soon as you've gone off again, caller, I don't know what it is, like you're in a bad service area or something. Hello? Yeah, I think that caller is in a bad. Caller, here's what to do. Call the 440-737-7 number on WhatsApp. Call that number. Yeah, try that number. Let's see if probably the other machine is going to work better with that call. So call us. We need to hear what you have to say. So call us on the WhatsApp on 440-7377. Give us a call over there. Let's see if that would be any better. All right, give us a call on that end. Let's see if it would be any better, because the noise that I was hearing was coming from your end. You see, as soon as you're off, it's gone. So that noise was coming, probably a cricket or something in the back. You know what I don't think that's going in your house and make such a loud noise? It sounded as one of those that was inside there. Yeah, it sounded like one of them things that has come. You had to search the whole house to try and find them. Yeah, it sounded as one of those that was inside there. So let's see. So call 440 7377 on WhatsApp. Call us on that number. Let's see if we can get you on that end. Yeah, let's see if we can get you on that end instead of on this end. All right, nice. Give us a call. Oh dear, that's what's going on here for this particular one. Yes, so let's see there. That was disconnected for a moment there. That one is you alone doing all kind of thing, you know. That is what does happen. The other night I see I miss a set of calls, or then how I miss the calls, and it's only afterwards I see how. Yeah? Only afterwards I see how. Callers who are calling on the 440-7377, call now. Yeah. I just saw what has been taking place there. I missed 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5. Yeah, you all give me let me call back 1 or 2. Yeah, let me call you all back. At least. Yeah, because the problem came from, in this instance, on my side. That is what has happened when you hook up a jerry-rig things. Okay.
The voice
Hello.
of one crying out in the wilderness.
Good night to you, Pastor. How are you doing?
By God's grace, I'm doing good, Sheldon Scott. How is the boys?
They're good. You go right ahead.
Wonderful. At this present time, Sheldon, I believe that the issue with the shooting of the horses, I do believe that based on what I'm picking up, I'm hearing, I think that regionally and internationally, the cries is coming out from every sector.
Mm-hmm.
The cries are coming out from every sector. And I believe, without a shadow of a doubt, it was inhumane to shoot the 2 horses. And nobody cannot convince me, Sheldon Scott, that the shooting of these 2 horses was not politically motivated. It was. And it's my own opinion. It was politically motivated. And that is something that will be a talk for a very long time. A young businessman that is doing everything in his power to make sure he runs an effective business. He's serving the nation. The question that one need to ask, what is the justification for shooting the 2 horses the very said day that he came in? And then after all that has been done, after you kill the horses, you transported the horses to the Maribor Abattoir, where you normally kill cows and pigs and sheep and goats, and you dispose of the meat at the carcass up there. And I believe that it's supposed to be a louder outburst of cry as it relates to the shooting of these horses. Why you did not wait when you heard that the medication for the horses was coming into the country? Who made that decision to shoot the 2 horses? Why the 2 horses was shot directly on the port? Why did you refuse the invitation from the guy that he have 2 trailers that he could put the horses there and feed the horses and wait until the medication came in? Why would the 2 horses remain in the heat of the sun for hours and then you came and shoot these 2 horses? Sheldon Scott, is this what the hatred and the bitterness of the NDC administration? Huh? Have a blessed night, Sheldon Scott. Have a blessed night.
All right. Thank you so very much, Pastor. You have a wonderful one yourself. Yes, indeed, folks. And we did hear from Pastor there. I'm giving the people who tried to reach me, I'm just trying to give them some callbacks. Yeah. because it's only fair since the issue occurred on my end. For those of you that don't know, I'm actually monitoring one computer here, one computer here, one computer on the next side, the phone lines, everything. Hello, good night. Yes, good night, caller. You're live. Go right ahead.
Hello?
Yes, caller, you're live. Go right ahead. Okay, you got through, and yeah, you blew it. So let's go to another person I was trying to call. Yeah, we call him back, man. Yeah, we call back the people who were trying to call us. Yeah, and let's see if we get this caller on the line. But as I was saying, yes, good night, caller.
How are you doing?
Hey, I'm fine, man. Go right ahead.
Yes, go ahead. Go right ahead. Hello?
Yeah, load the volume in the background and go ahead.
Yes, just hold, just hold here.
Yeah, just take the volume off in the background first.
Yes, sure, me again.
Yes, sir. Right, good. Go ahead.
Yes, yes, I was saying today, I was speaking to a sister of mine, and we were talking about the situation with the what do you call it? You hear me?
Yeah, I'm hearing you. You go ahead.
Right, yes. So I was talking about when the sister about the incident with the Jude and them, with the teachers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me a kind of different story. But I said, I knew the Prime Minister was there when it was in 2024. And you say up to 24, this thing took place. But the teachers not getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
So, was that commanding rally? But the biggest concept, the biggest problem I have with Mr. Jude as the teachers president, you jump up in Carriacou and say that's best government you ever see, doing everything for the teachers and stuff like that or whatever. And today you're talking about how teachers don't get their money, and even talks about where some family might even lose their home where they're renting. Some of the teachers where they're renting, they could lose their home. But the point I'm making is this: you jump up, and you knew that was going on long with the teachers and them, and you're speaking so highly of the government, and you know the government are doing nothing for the teachers, even getting in the money. I have a brother who gets in money only sometimes 3 months. It's taking him 3 months sometimes to get paid. You know.
Let me tell you something. When I was a junior minister, there was an issue with some people being able to receive their monies. I walked it through the system. In other words, I made sure that I followed up with the accounting people to make sure that what had to be done was done so that those folks could have gotten their monies. So there's no excuse why you could have teachers who between September and now having problems getting their money.
That's what I'm saying. And when the NNP was in power, they make all kind of macacui to go behind Dr. Mitchell for the teachers to get in money. They do all kind of thing. And you know what amazes me? My sister would tell me how some of the people in the ministry holding back the sleep so they can't get a pay on time, and they blame the government. I say, oh, that could possibly be.
But let me say this: when the Minister of Education has to travel all over the world, his money doesn't get tied up in the ministry. When they have to go and do all these other activities that are not directly related to the education of our children, and funds have to be dispersed through the Ministry of Education, they doesn't have any problem. So why all of a sudden they're having a problem when it comes to paying the teachers? That's because it's what they prioritize, my brother. It's what the leadership within the ministry, it is what the leadership within the ministry prioritizes. I can tell you from personal experience, if you become directly involved, you can't sign, you can't directly order a public servant to do A, B, or C. But if you follow up on it, as a minister, as a junior minister, even as a permanent secretary, if you decide that you're following up on it, you will make sure that people get paid. It's because they don't care.
It's obviously, Sheldon. And I realize, you can remember they said it was the machine, because it was a problem before. They say he had a machine that it wasn't working properly and stuff like that. But he amazed me now, you know. He amazed me, Sheldon, to see what's going on in this place. And yet, some of the people, they just keep their mouth closed. As the brother sing the song, the people keeping their mouth closed. They don't care. But don't worry, Sheldon. We're coming back. We just have to keep holding the fort and do what is right. And I just listened to Jenny a while ago talking about the brand, one among the people, and some of them have their passport already. We have to look, these things we have to look into,
Who has the
we have to
passport?
look into
Sorry,
this.
I didn't.
Some of the
as I said, I
Africans,
didn't-
and Nigerians are the brand.
Yes,
Because you show a house.
some of the Nigerians that came here, I know of some of them did have Grenadian passports, yeah.
Yes, so we have to look into these things, and then we have to look into these things, and we have to take these things seriously. We can't let this man go away scot-free. Coming and, in other words, these men just want to just break the law and do what they want in this country. Can't happen.
There's a wider story that I'm investigating with that group of individuals that came in, and pretty soon I will speak about that in depth.
All right, brother. Well, Sheldon, you keep on doing a good job. I don't want to take much time because other people have to call. And I just want to say, NNPI, be strong, be committed, always be ready to do what we have to do, and let us stand firm with our political leader and our chairman and all the others. And I want to say good night to my representative. So far, I call her Representative Mayana Charles. And Dr. Modest, good night to you, and good night to the NNPIs. And all my co-workers, good night to them. Sheldon, you have a wonderful night. Continue doing what you're doing. May God bless you and give you strength and keep you there. Because if it wasn't for you, we don't know what's going on. We don't need that. But thank God, light has shined for you. So have a good night, my brother.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, bless.
Yes, indeed, folks. And 4407377 on the WhatsApp. And listening to the line there, I believe that individual has an issue with their line as well. So I'll have to check on that one. I don't think it was my direct phone line that had the issue there. Yeah? So 4407377, that's the number for you to call and get onto the inside. And 4217279, we have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, man.
Hey, good night. How you doing?
I'm alright, man.
Yes, man. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I want to kick the ball going one time. Like I watch Sister Jenny tonight, and there was a few troubling things where she spoke about she have a letter from her source from Nigeria that told her a lot of things that happened now with the plane that come down. The people told her about that. They spoke about the rigging of the elections, how the government in certain places in Nigeria, they won by the same route, rigging. And that is the reason why Deacon has been going up there regularly. And he's bringing down, understand, it's Nigerian and Grenada, which some of us don't know nothing about. They have the passport and everything. And they're in places around. Nobody knows how are they being fed, where they getting money from, or this other thing. Nobody knows. But he's gathering a troop now to win the election again by rigging it. And that's trouble.
You want to know something, caller? You know there are some who came in with the Afri-Exim thing last year, and they never left. There are some that came in last year when they had the Afri-Exim Bank thing. There are some that came in with that trip and never left. They're still here since last year.
Yeah. So what Sister Jenny is saying, as usual, is facts because she have the letter. And Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is acting like Grenada belongs to him. He brings in people they don't at unholy hours, bringing his own personal. He have to be his own personal people. You don't have a custom or immigration to check. They just pass and go into a bus. How would we know how much people? Knowing he's a liar, he could tell us something and it's not that at all. How would we know that the amount he's saying is that? So he can just let a plane go with a few. We don't know how much the count to go back. We don't know all these things. So this man is acting like Grenada belongs wholly and solely to him. He have no respect for the law. Okay? None at all. And for we to allow this man, through Reagan, to win an election in Grenada again, that's the end of the country. It's finished. That's one thing. And the other part, Mr. Jude, he is also a very, very conniving guy. In other words, I call him a wicked man. But he stood up just recently in the May Day in Carriacou and gave this government, 2,000% of ratings. They are so good. And they treat the teachers so well, knowing deep inside of himself that they owed the teachers for almost a year. But he is out there campaigning in the May Day rally for the NDC so that they should come back and rule. Shouldn't the teacher not move him out of the office? His priority is not with the teachers. It's clearly with the NDC government. He don't deserve to have a position.
But let me tell you how bad it is. Norman Gilbert, who died recently, Norman was a paying member of the Grenada Union of Teachers. The Grenada Union of Teachers never stood up for him when the government attempted to revert him. Well, they did revert him. They removed him as a permanent secretary, acting permanent secretary, removed his salary and tried to put him back as just a normal teacher in a non-existent class. And I know they were trying to send him to Samaritan Government School again, because they did that to him between 2008 and 2013. And this administration, that is why when Ron Redhead started to speak at his funeral, I got up and walked off. I would not disrespect the memory of Norman Gilbert by sitting there and listen to the people who I knew for a fact victimize him, and which led to his death. I would not sit there and listen to them. Who wanted to sit there and be disrespected, that's up to them. I refuse to do that. Yeah, I got up and I walked off. I'm not listening to this guy. Yeah? So, at the end of the day, we have to understand that when it comes to things like the Grenada Union of Teachers, when he was going through what he was going through, they never stood up for him. Have you heard them speaking about the conditions within the Ministry of Education that caused the mold that took his life? Are you hearing them saying anything about that? They went and protested. They call out all the workers Sunday. Now you're hearing they're looking to do remedial work there because the story bus, everybody know that's what take place now. And some workers may be refusing to go into work and so they've decided to operate on a different level. You see they're sending out notice now, Ministry of Education, and so on. I'll put it up in a while. And so, but what about the workers there? Many of the people working in the Ministry of Education are not under the Public Workers Union. Many of them are actually under the Grenada Union of Teachers because they came from the classroom into the ministry. So they're paying members of the Grenada Union of Teachers. But the Grenada Union of Teachers did not stand up for people like Norman Gilbert. They did not.
Look, I had comments on Facebook I made personally about that too, because somebody had made some comment that, oh, we're not supposed to politicize and whatever this thing. And I told them, look, there's no way, as far as I learned about this young man, there's no way that I will leave it like that about no. I say it have politics in it. I say, and I would say my part as far as I know. It is very, very clear that they, the NDC people, have a part in the death of this man.
And
he grieved to death.
And I must say, and others, but I ain't going to talk about that yet, but and others.
Yeah, but that's what I said. And anyway, the situation here is that the opposition and us will have to do a double what we're doing to do something about the plans of this Deacon Mitchell government. We have to do something to look at them very careful. For his plans, we have to find some counter to destroy his plans, because we can't afford to go through another 5 years with this man. Good night, Mr. Scott.
All right, thank you. And folks, I hope you all know when he say destroy the plans to steal the election. That is what he's speaking about, because you know that these ignoramuses, or ignoramusi, whatever you call them, will take what he said and try to say NNP trying to destroy all NDC plans. No, they plans to thief the election. That is what he's referring to. Just specifying. Yeah, that is what he's talking about. The plans that they have to steal the election. But it depends on you and me, you know. It depends on us. If they're able to steal the election, depends on you and me. If we are not vigilant, if we are not active, if we are not involved, they'll be able to do it. Yeah? They will be able to do it if we are not active, we are not vigilant, and we are not involved. If we're not checking the voters list, all kind of people go end up on it. If we check the voters list and we seeing people that shouldn't be there and we ain't saying anything, when these people, dead or alive, vote election day, you notice what I say, dead or alive, vote election day, we to blame, not the people that come and vote. If we have people who are illegally registering to vote in a constituency and we not doing the work to pick up who they are and to make sure that they are removed from the list, then when election day come and you get where you get, is we to blame. If we sit down there and say we are supporters of the new national party, but we refuse to help in the front line or the back line because we know some people, they may not be like me, who will put my face here every night and say, I am a firm supporter of the new national party. There are people who will say that to you face to face, but they will not come on a public platform and say that. There are many people I meet when I'm moving around that let you know, hey, I'm supporting it. I listen to you every night and I'm supporting, but I can't call. I understand that. But there are other ways for these people to help. You can help in the background. Nobody knows when you home canvassing the voters list, going through it and giving the information to the candidate for your area, or helping in whichever little way that you see that you can assist. We all have to help. Because I'll tell you, if we do what we're supposed to do, they could try as much as they want, they can't thief nothing. They could bring down whoever they want from wherever they want. They could bring as much computer specialists and analysts. They could bring another team from Barbados to go around in St. Mark and St. John and St. George Northwest and the tongue of St. George, and so that they had them going around these last few days. Yes, I know what they're into. They could do as much as they want, but they can't do it for as long as they want. If each and every one of us play our individual part, yes, I understand. Some of you can't come out to the meetings. Some of you can't come out to the activities. But there are always ways for you to assist. There are always ways for you to help. And the mere fact that Grenada has gotten to the stage that you have to be afraid to associate yourself with the new national party tells you why you need to vote for the new national party. Because there were public servants that put on NDC t-shirt and went in rally last election. But now public servants are afraid to put on t-shirt and come to an NNP rally. In my view, who the hell afraid this government, Deacon Mitchell and his administration, who afraid them? A bunch of paf wannabe revolutionaries. Who was afraid of? I can't be afraid of them. That is me. But not everybody is built the same way, and we understand that. But there are ways to assist. And once we do what is necessary, once we check and we make sure that every young person that we can get to vote for the new national party is registered. Coming out to the rallies is okay. Coming out to the meetings is okay. Going online and saying you support the new national party is okay. Picking up the phone and calling a program and so and saying, yes, we support the party, that is okay. But if you're not registered on election day, there is very little you can do to help your party. Because on election day, as I always say, the boxes start on 0. And it is up to me and you to fill those boxes with our votes to ensure that our party wins. And we have to do it early. We can't play, we come in late and define all kind of excuse so that we can't get in to vote. Leave early, make sure no boss man, nobody can tell you that you can't leave to go and vote. You legally have the right to go and vote because there's some boss men and them that play in a game too. But we have some lawyers to deal with all of them already. Any of them that try that nonsense, they will be dealt with legally. Because some of them know, well, the staff here is an NP boy. You have to try and tie them up as much as possible. Nah, not election day. Better you close. Yeah? And let people go and vote. Or rotate. This said vote in the morning, that said vote in the evening. Whatever you have to do. But they have to be allowed to vote. Reasonable time to vote. And there can be no consequences to them being allowed to vote on election day. There's a lot that we need to pay attention to. There's a lot that is going on right now. And anybody that sees what's going on right now knows for a fact that we are heading to general elections. No, if I've gotten 3 calls from outside of Grenada for the day. 3. From different people that are involved in politics in other countries. That called me and told me certain things. I know for a fact that we are heading to elections very soon in Grenada. Don't take the approach that, oh, he ain't calling it this year, he calling it next year. Don't take the approach that we need to pay attention to what is going on. Let me try and take this call. Hello, good night.
Yes, good evening, Brother Scott.
Hi, good night. How are you doing?
God's blessings. Good, man.
All right. Go right ahead.
Right. So, I think we talked about that already, right, before, but I just want to reiterate something that I'm getting more and more concerned about the state of Grenada, right? The state of the affairs of Grenada, because from all indications, right? Now, when you listen to Jenny's program, Andre Donald's program, Mr. Pierre, the classroom, yourself, everybody are consenting to the one thing, that we have a serious problem with leadership in our country. And it appears that when you give your view or your opinion on a matter in our country, that there are those who are willing and ready to just jump down your throat, get into your stomach. Because you see, and we know what the proverb says about a fool, that the fool despise wisdom, right? They always want to be in the folly. They always want to be loud and they don't want to learn from those that are the learned ones, those that are wise. Yes? Now, our Prime Minister, the head honcho, or the Igwe of our country, you see, everything rises and falls on leadership. Everything. What happens in your nation as Prime Minister, because look at that. You think they don't know that? They know that. That's the reason why. That in the days of the former administration, NNP under Dr. Mitchell, every little thing, a pin juke somebody in the street, kick Mitchell. I remember one guy dropped down in a hole and he started cussing Kit Mitchell, right? A hole in the road, right? And it appears to me that, I have so much to say, but it appears to me that because they're doing roads and doing other things, that people favor that. Oh, they could do it a lot. But listen to Jenny's program and listen to Sheldon's program and the other programs and see the direction that our country is taking, right? Now when the news broke about there were Nigerians and folks from the state of Taba, right, remaining in Grenada, and the particular drive that they are at, and the particular they are holding Grenadian passports. Now the question is, Brother Scott, what are the criteria, right, for someone to hold a passport, Grenada passport? What is the prerequisite? What are the prerequisites? What are the things that are required? Isn't it by the CBR, the NIA, or by national descent, or being born in the state of Grenada, or through your parentage, or maybe if your parents from Grenada, and you're born in Trinidad, you know, the Trinidadian child could have a Grenada passport through the parent and so on, you know. But this, from what I'm understanding, that these persons who has the Grenada passport, right, they do not have any business here in Grenada more than they came down to dance in the African Liberation Day, right? I don't know if they came in before or what happened, but we just do not trust the system. So I am calling upon our dear opposition team to take up that matter speedily, extradite it, right? Do it as quick as possible, because you don't know when they're going to call the election. The bell is in the pocket, but we are concerned as Grenadians. We don't want to go down the street and demonstrate and all of them kind of thing. But they are heading, this government, they are harassing and terrorizing and tormenting the nationals of Grenada. Well, some of us really, because there are those who just swallow down everything. Yes? But still, we need to respect one another, love one another, care for one another. Don't let the politics divide us. But we have to get it straight. We have to really and truly speak out and make sure that the authority hears our voices. Yes, we are praying, but praying is not all. We have to get up on our blessed assurance and move on these people, move on them with our voices, and let them know they are not doing well. Yes? I thank you, my brother.
All right, thank you very much, Pastor. Yes, indeed. I checked the audio myself. I was hearing proper on my phone, so I don't know. I see two people tell me they hear it low. I was hearing it real proper on my phone, so I don't know if it's according to the device that you use, how you're hearing it. But yeah, and that was a direct call. That wasn't one of the WhatsApp calls. That was a direct call. Yes, indeed, folks. Yeah, you can call 440-7377. You can call direct on WhatsApp, and you can call 421-7279. WhatsApp only. Yeah, you can call there as well. Yeah, and folks, when the New National Party says the NNP is better for Grenada, there is an entire message behind that. There is an entire concept and reality that is behind that. And you have to understand where it is. Because the NNP has always been the party that develops Grenada. Whether it's to develop the town of St. George. So, you see the cruise ship port, that was the NNP. The port itself, that was the NNP. Remember what the original port was, and it was expanded into that. Yeah? The stadiums. We're supposed to have completed now a River Road project. But the rainy season, the hurricane season has started, and the River Road project has not been completed. So there are many things that ought to have been completed by now. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night.
This is Stephen here.
Stephen. Yes, sir, Stephen. Go right
I
ahead.
wanted to say, but something I wanted to say, but I think I forget. Yeah, I wanted to say how the government really giving us fancy stories, man. I don't know why they keep giving us fancy stories like that. I listened to Jenny earlier on, and she was bringing some solid facts. And you could see definitely that, the government giving us real Nancy story. So I hope that a lot of Grenadians wake up and, keep their eyes focused and ready watch what's going on, Yeah, so
all right.
that's my for the night. So
All
good
right.
night, sir.
Thank you so very much, caller. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Folks, and that's the thing, NNP, any part of Grenada you look at, you can see development that came about because of the new National Party. And unless you are visually impaired or you just refuse to face reality, you would admit that that is so. If I were to take a cricket ball, well, I don't want to take a cricket ball, I might knock out people. But if I take a tennis ball and I throw in any direction from any point in Grenada, you're going to hit three things that the NNP developed. You can't say the same thing about the NDC. But if you do that for the NNP, you can hit at least three things. It could be much more than that, but at least three things that the new National Party has done. And you can go constituency by constituency, whether it is roads or bridges that were not maintained by this last administration and now they're rushing to try and see how they fix a few, whether it is schools that were built or repaired, whether it is medical facilities that were upkept, whether it is students who got scholarships to either go to TAMCC or go to SGU or even to go outside of Grenada. Whatever area it is, development of water, bringing water into communities, bringing electricity into communities. I remember going certain places in the 1990s, the early 1990s, where people were still going to the spring or to the river and get their water that they were using to cook and bathe and everything. They still had to go down to the river and spring in many communities around Grenada. And those of you listening know that that is true. And I ain't even talking about the 1980s. I'm talking about the 1990s. And it was the new National Party administration that went about and expanded water throughout Grenada, expanded electricity. You see, some people born and grew up knowing water and electricity in the area. So they didn't know who bring it there. They know when Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell was Minister of Works back in the 1980s, that he was the one that spearheaded bringing water and electricity to many communities. Ask the people at Dabo that you start to walk out from Dabo and come down with bucket to go and get water. Who brought water up into Dabo and those areas? And then you still have some people that using the water that NNP bring into the area and going onto the internet that the NNP caused to be in that area right now. Because it was the new National Party that broke the back of the cable and wireless monopoly on internet and telephone services in the Caribbean, not just in Grenada. When they break it in Grenada, it fall down in every other country. So they did good not just for Grenada, the whole region. That's why you can have call centers right now that are hiring hundreds of people. The NDC didn't do anything to cause that. That was the new National Party with vision. That is how you had these call centers opening and so on, that right now hiring hundreds of young people in our country and providing employment and opportunities for them. It was the NNP. That's why we say the NNP is better for Grenada. This NDC administration came in talking about youth. And from 2022 to 2026, they're still talking because they have actually done nothing. Empower program, Trinidad come, they go and they have Empower TNT. They run and they're doing Empower. Other countries used to be checking Grenada. Hey, we here only have this youth program. How are they doing that? Help us out. We want to do something like that too. NNP is always better because NNP didn't go in other countries and thief their program. We develop programs that other countries ask for. So when you had the Youth Rehabilitation Center done, that is why you had people coming over from St. Lucia to Grenada to see how Grenada is running that Youth Rehabilitation Center, the Bacalet facility. That is why you had people from Dominica and Barbados and all over coming to see how Grenada is running that Youth Rehabilitation Center and providing opportunities for young people that found themselves on the wrong side of the law. That is why I personally had meetings. At that time, I was no junior minister. I was a public relation officer in the Ministry of Youth prior to 2008. And I personally used to meet with people that come from UNDP, people come from the Commonwealth, people come from other Caribbean countries, and they want to find out about the programs that Grenada is doing, and they want information on the programs. And the Honorable Emlyn Pierre used to tell them sometime, I'm going to let you speak with Sheldon. And they would come and sit with me, and we'd explain the programs that we're doing here. And now you see other countries trying to replicate what the new National Party did when it comes to young people. That has been totally destroyed by this NDC administration. You had young people leaving school, the school system, in 2022, right after they win. 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, and now leaving in a couple of weeks in 2026. And the NDC has not put in place a program to absorb and train these young people. Instead, what did they do? They say all of them have to stay in school up until 18. They have to stay in school up until 18, so that all of them now who may have left school at 16, 17 and may have gone to get an entry job, get a first job into a system so that they can graduate into it. Those people are now considered unemployed. Well, not employable, because employment starts from the age of 18 in the state of Grenada. Then the same people running around and saying they drop employment rate in Grenada. Trickery. Nonsense. That's another word that I say for it, but I can't say it on air. I see all you. If we good, I will say that one. We have to understand. All you know is like to go and jog water from the river. Ask them young people in secondary school if they know what it's like to jog water from the river or jog from the village standpipe. All you see standpipe now, probably about 2 or 3 around still if it have. We know what it is like to jog water to go and fill the barrel home. The NNP took people out of that. The NDC come and it have 1 or 2 people who come. They build a place now and they build it in a place. They don't have water connected yet. And the NNP was in the process of building toilets and bathroom for people. I saw it in St. David. I saw it all over. In Carriacou, when they put up the picture of it, what they used to say? Oh, they go in and build toilet and bathroom for people and they're taking out picture. Meanwhile, they come in office now and taking out outside toilet and thing and posy and putting it up on video. Nobody ain't tell them nothing. But they're coming to make it look like this is something brand new. Because you see, their aim, and I'll continue to say it until you all understand it, the aim of these people is the young minds, the young people that don't know what it is like to jog water. Find a young person that could carry a bucket on their head right now, I'll pay you. Find a young lady that know how to balance a bucket on she head right now with a kata, and I'll pay you. Find somebody under the age of 25 that could do that now, I'll pay you. A Brooks bag will pay you somehow. They don't know. You think they know about going and pick up nutmeg, make a kata and put the bucket on top of your head or the basket on top of your head and walk with that without having to hold it? They could balance that and still hold a 2 bags so and walk. The older ladies knew about that. The young ones don't know anything about them thing. But it is the NNP that did a lot of the work around this country to take us out of many of these situations. I hear people saying NNP didn't do anything. We have a call on the line. Hello, good night.
Hey, good night, Sheldon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm quite fine. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I call the street now.
Yeah.
Sheldon, NNP is better for Grenada Caribbean Pitamatic. Alright? Because when you check the track record of NNP, what they did, NNP built the cricket stadium, the athletic stadium. NNP built homes to make living condition, the housing condition better for the people of Grenada Caribbean Pitamatic. They need to be in a better home. For road network, alright, for the driver, whatever to drive. For the farmers, because many times the farmers and then the planting team, but the farmer has a problem with to repeat the crop, to bring on the crop to sell. NNP build schools, young schools. The Imani program Sheldon, NNP did. The bus terminal, the cruise ship, NNP did that. And a lot of more things NNP build to bring development and prosperity to the people of the Caribbean Pitamatic. And the NMP is an inclusive party. With the NMP, give people work. What NDC take away work from the poor people who can compete. Children have a blessed night.
All right, thank you very much, caller. And you know, when you remember what a lot of people, and it wasn't so long ago that you had these things taking place. When banana, and you see people had to bring down banana and so on, you see where some people had to pass to bring down this banana through the bush when they cut it, and they had to hold that and bring it down through the bush and so. You understand why the New National Party said we're going to do farm roads and build the roads into these places. And after the people that initially, the parents or the grandparents passed on and they leave the land to the younger ones sell the land for house spot because they say, well, they developed now, look at our road in between there. And they sell it for house spot, so the agricultural land became housing. And then you want to blame the government for people selling their private property. The NNP did a lot of positive things for this country. You hear them talking about building hospital. NNP never built a hospital. It's the same colonial hospital that we're using right now. That is not so. The old hospital used to have rat and cat and all kind of thing running all over it. It is the New National Party that built what we have now and would develop it further. You want a new hospital? You want it in that location? If you really want a new hospital, and let me say this to Grenadians, if you really want a new hospital, and you really want a new hospital in the location that they're looking to do it there, the only government, the only party that could actually do that is the New National Party, not the NDC. These are people that told you that they're giving you 500 houses a year and you're still waiting on 5, much less 500. You're still waiting on that. And the houses that they do give, at the end of the day, you, the average Grenadian, cannot get one. They price you out of it totally. 200 and some $250,000, you know. Where a young person working for a little $2,000 a month, a $2,500, will be able to get a loan in any financial institution for $250,000. These are the people that we have in office in Grenada right now. We have a caller on the line. Go right ahead, caller.
Good night, Mr. Scott.
Hey, how you doing, brother?
I am just trying to keep myself cool. I call you because he's a very intellectual person. I am asking you a question, and I do not know if you know the answer to it. What really is Corpus Christi for a bank holiday in Grenada? Here in Barbados, we don't have that bank holiday. So I, just curious.
Corpus Christi, I believe, I know for a fact it is a Christian holiday. I'm not too sure if all denominations.
When you say Christian, what do you mean? Because there's a lot of Christians.
So if you let me complete the statement, you may understand. As I was saying,
go ahead.
It is a Christian holiday. I'm not sure if all denominations in Christianity do take part in Corpus Christi. The full thing, I'm not really aware, but I know traditionally it is a day that Grenadians, and I know in Trinidad as well, they use for planting. It's said to be a good time for planting, and so you see a lot of folks prepare their land and they plant on Corpus Christi. Yeah, I think it's Body of Christ or something like that is supposed to be the meaning of Corpus Christi.
Are you telling me or are you asking me?
No, I believe that is what it's supposed to mean. Corpus Christi, I believe, is Body of Christ or something of that sense.
You see,
in Latin.
You say you believe, but you have no factual evidence that what you're telling me.
It's easy, This is 2026. you could just check it.
No, I mean,
you could just check it quickly.
What we want me to do, Mr. Scott? Google it. And so whatever Google come with the things. And Mr. Scott, you want me to do that?
No, I'm just checking. I'm just checking here. It's the Eucharist. The The day I was correct. The day of the most holy body and blood of Jesus
According to
Christ.
what the dictionary, or according to what the factual things
My
that come up
friend,
from the Vatican.
my friend, while I may read a lot, I am not a theologian. So if you want to
I
ask
never,
that question, hold on.
I never
If you want an
accuse you of
extended,
that.
no, if you want an extended discussion regarding Corpus Christi, I suggest you speak to a theologian. I'm not a theologian. And they call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
know,
I suggest you speak
okay,
to a theologian. You're speaking to
I just
you're
drop off.
speaking to the wrong person.
I am not telling you you're a theologian. I know you're not a theologian, but you're a sensible guy. And I come to ask you, what is Corpus Christi in Grenada? Because we don't have that here in Barbados. So I want, I come up with a lot of things, I come up with Asham and going and putting candle on grave and.
Well, that is
Scott.
another time, but not a holiday. That is, you're speaking about La Toussaint, as we call it in
No,
Trinidad
no.
or
Listen,
Saints.
I came up in a lot of things that here in Barbados they don't practice certain things. So that's all I'm trying to bring a different perspective to the whole analogy of what life is and what we think it is or think. Listen, a man come and get gunned down in this country. Kill one man and seriously wounded 3 others. Look at solution.
Hello? Yeah, you sort of went off there. Hello? Hello? Yeah, it seems as though that line is having an issue. Folks, just call us on the 440-737 line. Call us on that one on WhatsApp. If you're calling WhatsApp, call that one. Yeah, so we can get that done. So folks, before we got into the Corpus Christi thing there, what I was telling you is that the NDC is focused on 2 sets of voters. They are focused on diaspora voters. People who are not living in Grenada and because many of them, and I believe that the majority of diaspora voters are not falling for the tricks of the NDC, but many of them who may fall for the belief that everything is honky-dory in Grenada because they don't spend time here, they're not here. Yeah? So they may think everything is honky-dory. But you find out in many instances, when these people do come back to Grenada, and you can call back, when these people do come to Grenada and they see for themselves, their view of the present administration changes. Some of them, they're so ashamed that they give the impression that, oh, everything was good, man, everything nice, man. You can see what that government doing down there? What work? Up to now, we're still waiting for a project that is an NDC project to take place in Grenada. They couldn't even start Project 500, now they reach on Project Polaris. And don't try to tell us that the fort in St. George, Fort George, that is an NDC project. It was not. The design, the contractors, everything was in place from the NNP. It was due to start at a particular time. That happened to be when the NDC was in office. It is nearing completion right now, if not completed. I don't know the latest update on it. That is an NNP project, not an NDC project. The only reason it took so long to do it was because of COVID. They know that. We know that. The French, who had the big part to play in it, know that. Everybody knows that. Or should know that. Or if they are honest, will admit that they know that. That project is an NNP project. They had to do the Western Main Road. They lost the project. Because right now you should have had work taking place on the entire Western Corridor. They lost that project. Yeah? The same Reno that the same people cost when it came to the Molyneux project is the same Reno that had to go back and bring to do the Molyneux project. And now, because they found themselves in a prostrated position to Reno, you see them now having to go and use Reno to do other projects where, as far as we know, he's utilizing his own money to do these projects, then to get his money back from the government of Grenada. We don't know what the markup is going to look like. We don't know what the interest is going to look like. All we know is that Mr. Reno, and I'm not blaming Mr. Reno, he's a businessman. I could never vex with him because he's a businessman. And if your government allows him to do what he wants to do, then he's going to do it. If you are living in an area and your government is saying to him, you don't even need the environmental impact assessment, go ahead and do it in that area. While yes, he has to take a certain level of blame, at the same token, you cannot fully blame Mr. Reno. It's the government. They are the ones that are in charge. They are the ones that could say, yes, you could go ahead. No, you can't go ahead. They are the ones to give the directive in relation to these things. So it's that they that have to take the blame in relation to it. So ask yourself, which project did the NDC bring? Which one did they sit down and conceptualize and say, this is a good project for Grenada? You can't see a youth program they do. You can't see an agricultural program they do. They kill in horse, they lock off water to farmers, they close down marketing and national important board. You can't see anything. Tourism projects. In fact, tourism numbers start to drop. And while tourism numbers are dropping, they decided to put an additional tax on cruise passengers coming into Grenada, which may dissuade some cruises that had the intent to come to Grenada go say, it's too expensive now. Grenada done way down south. Even though it's the most beautiful country, the friendliest people and safe, we ain't going down there. Let us stop off at St. Lucia. Or let us stop off in St. Vincent. We ain't going further than there. Grenada get too expensive right now. What project have they initiated that is helping the Grenadian people or assisting the Grenadian people? Project 500, we do it for much 100 houses and all kind of thing. Now they start to back like crab, back into the hole. Yes, I really grew up in kind of thing. I grew up with crab, all kind of thing too. They start to back like crab, head into the hole. No, crab just kind of run sideways, eh? So when people say back, that's what I mean. But this is the reality of Grenada right now. That's why we say NNP is the better choice. NNP is better for everybody. Because you, the bossmen, know that the NNP gave you concessions. You know that the NNP maintained the roads. Yes, we always have potholes in Grenada. But the NNP maintained the roads. And if you remember long enough, you know it's the NNP that did the whole West Coast. The NNP that did the whole East Coast and then did the center of the island. It was the New National Party that did that. If you're a taxi man on the airport, you know that is the NNP that extend that right now where people check in. And that is how Ola is. Right now where people check in, where you go and you check in for your flight, that area was the car park. And it is the NNP that extended the airport into that area. That area used to be the car park. That's where you used to go and park. And then you go in and you go up to the Waving Gallery that had to be closed after 9/11. But you'd go up to the Waving Gallery and so on. Because I went up to the Waving Gallery when the Concorde came and all them things. I remember that. But it was the NNP that did these things. Even the last set of work that was did with the covering and so different parts of the airport. New National Party again. The Ring Road. Change the traffic and take the Ring Road out from the airport. The New National Party again. The Air Bridge. The New National Party again. In fact, the NNP get costs from this same group of NDC. Saying that, oh, you're getting in bed with China. And oh, you pay for that. And all these kind of things. They run them out with the work that was done on the airport by the New National Party. Completed under the NDC. So what they ever do? What did they ever do? Except change suit every week. Yeah, well, I see something the other day, 100 and something different suits since they come in office. That's achievement. And spend 1/3 of the time as Prime Minister outside of the country. That is the achievements. In fact, they're outside now. And again, it's because they're focusing on the diaspora vote. People that are not fully aware or living the reality of Grenada in 2026 are the people that they are hoping will come to Grenada and make the major decision on behalf of all of us. But I say to the diaspora, come. I ain't saying don't come, I saying come and vote them out. You're Grenadian too. I'm not going to say the diaspora shouldn't have a part to play in Grenadian politics and mustn't take part in Grenadian politics. Diaspora is Grenadian too. They are some of the same people that was carrying the banana down the hillsides and across the ravine. They are some of the people that had to joke the bucket of water to go and fill the barrel home and get up after 4 in the morning to go in the garden. These are some of the same people that had to go through all of that. Therefore, they have a stake in Grenada, but they must make themselves aware of the reality of what is really taking place in Grenada and not what's being sold to you in Canada, not what's being sold to you when they come out to New York and so on. Come and see for yourself. Don't go on the guided tour that they want to go and bring you on when you come for homecoming. They want to bring you on the guided tour. I've been to countries where they give you the guided tour. I ain't go call name. But I've been to countries where they ain't allowing you to see certain things. You have to be smart to see certain things or you have to run away. But I've been to countries where you get a guided tour. They try to show you everything nice. But if you peep out the vehicle, you're going to see the poverty and desperation and desolation of different people. So don't bother with them when they come on the guided tour that they want to give some people for the homecoming whenever they're having that. You have to pay attention to what is going on in your country. You have a stake, whether you live in New York, you live in Maryland, you live in Texas, you live in Montreal, you live in Oshawa. Wherever you are living, you as a Grenadian have a stake in your country. You have a stake in what happens here. And you cannot allow your country to suffer another 5 years under the present administration because you will not have a country to return to. They wouldn't even find space to put your bones when you're gone. You will not have a country to return to. You have these people aligning themselves with certain individuals from other countries and other cultures, trying to bring certain things into our country that is un-Grenadian, that is not of us. I often hear Mr. Pierre making a point. The Prime Minister says he's the biggest seller of Grenada. And while he says he's the biggest salesman, the biggest seller of Grenada, every time he goes into Africa, he wearing something made by Faye Noel. He wearing something that was made by Dali up there in Grenville. He ain't wearing an outfit that was made by a Helen Marie or some Grenadian designer. He's wearing the African clothes when he go in Africa. How you selling Grenada and you're wearing African clothes? If you go there, you're supposed to dress as a Grenadian in Grenadian wear. We have a lot of designers here. We have people that are more than capable of putting on an ensemble together that is reflective of Grenada and our culture. But instead of that, he goes there and he wears their clothes. And when they come here, he wearing their clothes as well. He's still wearing our clothes. So even in Grenada, he's still trying to pass himself off as an African. Because remember, he told us that on his bucket list is that he really wants to go to Africa. He told us these things. These are things that he said to us.
Pursuing visa waiver agreements with our brothers and sisters in Africa. Because I don't know what you, Terry, but when people talk about the bucket list, my bucket list is to go to Africa. My bucket list is to go and see, have a safari. My bucket list is to go to South Africa and to see where the great leader Nelson Mandela was incarcerated. And yet still after 20 plus years of imprisonment, he didn't come out bitter, he didn't come out resentful, but he was able to bring the rainbow nation of Africa together. So I think when we want to fire up our young people's imagination, when you want to see elephants and all the exotic animals of the world, they're still in Africa. And we have to fight to help our brothers and sisters in Africa.
So while he's bothering with Africa, Grenadians could catch hell. We're not saying that we don't have to respect and be in connection with our African roots. But we can't bring them here and let them interfere with our women and then jump the plane and gone and nothing come out of it and then trying to make it look like the women lie and like the Africans that did that to them is the victims. We can't do that. Not because we have a bucket list and we want to go in Africa and watch lion, rhino, and giraffe. We want to go and see some hippopotamus swim. We cannot base our country's diplomatic connections. We cannot put our morality on the line. We cannot put our self-worth on the line because one individual decides that Africa is his bucket list thing. So they could come, and they could try all they want to try with the electoral process and the electoral system. We have to be vigilant, and that is the way that we will stop it. We have to be vigilant. That is the only way that we'll be able to deal with these things and to stop any of the nonsense that they're trying to do. Be vigilant. We know who we're dealing with. We know, all of us talking, and we know what they want to try. All of us have to play our part now to make sure they ain't get through with it. We know what they're trying. You could run up in St. John as much as all you want, all you do see that. You're doing the Maboya Road here. I hear. Because what they are doing is something that will last up to the election, but afterwards you're going to realize what is taking place. Because the Maboya thing is not as simple as they're making it look as great the place and just run something. No, it is much more sensitive than that. So understand, they are looking at the diaspora voters. So when they come down, they will say, boy, you don't see what going on in Grenada? Look, they're fixing Maboya. Are they really fixing Maboya, or are they putting something in place? Remember, Mr. Reno is on record as saying he don't give advice to politicians, he go in the flow. So if they tell him, drag a thing through there, put some asphalt there, that is what he doing. He goes with the flow when it comes to politicians. He is not going to tell them this is what they should do and that's what they should do. We have a call online. Let's go to the phone line. Hello, good night. Hello, good night.
Good night, Sheldon.
Hi, good night. How you doing?
Good, long time.
Yes, my dear. I really have heard you for a while.
I saw you last Sunday, but I was not unable to come to say hello.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Anyhow, it was a great, great meeting. And I think that we are on a good track. And we're looking forward for the Lord blessing to help us as Grenadian to bring us back in ruling and bringing Grenada where it should be. Listen. I'm listening to all what you are saying, and I'm a living example of you talking about the road, the water. When I started building my house here in Jangley, that road was terrible. The drivers did not even want to come up to this road. And I think it's through the late Mark Isaac, we got this road here completed, and we have the road coming up from Miss Jones' shop, from the post office, come up to where I am. So you're talking no Nancy story. We have living example. I am one of them from what the NNMP did. And there are many more, as you are saying. And another thing, Sheldon, which is so shameful and hurtful to us, is people who are unable to purchase these houses. I'm a living example again in New York. While I was there, one of my friends tell me she contacting one of that guy on the radio who have all wicked things saying. I said, wait no, you talking to come and purchase this house, girl? With all we people home who are struggling, you making all this money and you coming to purchase one of these houses? Shame. Shame on all you who want to do this wicked thing. So this is not no Nancy story, Sheldon. These people is indeed contacting these people to buy the houses. And I pray to God that NMP get back there so we could do something about these people and this wicked thing they are doing, Sheldon. And some of the houses are still unoccupied. Is that so? So what will happen? I tell you, in the name of Jesus, these people had to go in Sheldon, and people talking all over the stupidness. But I, as a believer, and I'll get some other people with me who know God, not playing God, and let us bend our knees and ask God to help us here in Grenada, to help us. Concerning the health, I hope I'm not talking too long.
No, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Sheldon, in New York, all of us know we're going to Kings County. We got insurance card. I'm sure I said that already. Over $3,000 I had was to pay for my colonoscopy. But you know, through the insurance, my overall bill was $164 through the insurance. And these people come and squash that insurance, Sheldon, where people could get help through that insurance. Now they're talking about this Polaris. What a scheme and a wickedness going on here in Grenada. People don't understand what's happening, and all these people in the diaspora, especially in New York, they know the importance, Sheldon, of having this insurance. If they go to Kings County, have other branches where you go and you're getting all your medical done. I did all my medical before I come here because I know I'm coming too. My colonoscopy is due. I had the accent for $650 and used to do in the hospital. It's no more there. One doctor tell me it was this doctor thing and they took it out. All merely talking. But I have to get it done. And you hear the kind of money they're asking for? It's really crazy and it's wicked and it's bad. Sheldon, thank you.
All right, my dear.
There's
Thank
a
you so
lot
much.
more, but for now, thank you so much and thanks for coming on tonight.
All right, thank
Bye.
you. Yes, indeed, folks. And the caller is absolutely correct, because one of the things that a new national party government will make sure that you have is national health insurance. This administration, what did they do? First, they got rid of the people that were working along with getting national health insurance in place for Grenada. And they did not do, up to now, you can't hear anything more on national health insurance. You can't hear anything that is going to say that exactly what that caller was saying, that you had to spend thousands, but instead of that you spent $164 to get something that would have cost thousands. All of that would have been part of what national health insurance would have been offering for Grenadians, that you could have gone and do certain procedures, you mightn't have to pay anything. Or if you had to pay a couple $1,000, you might have to pay $100. You might have to pay $50 or $60. Yeah? When you had certain tests that had to be done, certain procedures that had to be done, even medications that you had to get to control certain conditions, that those things would have been within a basket of goods that made it reachable, affordable to you, so that you don't have to have people going around the country with baskets running behind a music truck to try and raise the money to take care of somebody's health care. And instead of working on the national health insurance, which is going to make sure that you are able to afford whatever services would be in a new hospital that NNP go end up having to build. In a new hospital, you hear nothing about national health insurance. And you know, again, I'm saying this because their focus is the diaspora and the young people. The young people who do not know better. That is why they're utilizing the teachers' union. Who knows the young people and them that eligible to vote right now? The teachers. They graduated from the secondary schools and the tertiary institutions in the last 4 years. The teachers know who they are. That is why they are trying to politicize the trade union in that context, because they're going after the youth vote. Understand what's taking place around you. When you see a political party put out the thing like this, okay, they put out the thing here. Let me show that. I ain't going to show the date because me advertising for them. But this particular political party put out the thing. You see the colors, right? You see the colors of that particular political party. They put out the thing there. They're having some breakfast sometime or the other. Nice, right? We ain't leaving that up long. But then you look at the Grenada Union of Teachers. They are having a press conference tomorrow. And check what colors. They're telling you, they openly state before the last election, vote out NNP. which means vote NDC. That's what they said the last election. And now, you're seeing them again. They're already saying certain things on the platform. They're showing you the colors because they're going after your children. That's who they're going after. They're utilizing the teachers that have had good relationship with your children to influence your children to support this administration. Why do you think they're sending people wrong now into the secondary schools and the tertiary institutions to encourage the young people to vote? It's them they're looking for to come out in numbers and keep them in office. But you are their parents. You are their grandparents and their aunts and their uncles. You are their big brothers and big sisters. You are the stepmothers and stepfathers. You have influence on them as well. So do not allow them to do what they think they're going to be able to do there and utilize the teachers against you. And that's what they're doing, they're utilizing them against you. Ministry of Education sent out a press release. They say a list of 17 teachers who had partial payments between April 2025 and all. You should shame to put out that and say that. All you should shame to say that. It's going to be processed during the upcoming June payroll cycle. Hey, wait and see. Because we know his election coming soon. So all you got to try and do a thing. We understand they're going after the young people. The same young people they have done nothing for. Nothing for. For the last 4 years, they have done nothing for these young people. They have decimated what the new National Party had as a Ministry of Youth and brought it down to a division, a lesser body. And they put Dum and Dum. Well, I said Dumb and Dumber. They put in charge of the ministry. So nothing taking place. I ain't taking that back. They have nothing taking place when it comes to youth development and sports in Grenada right now. Nothing taking place. Meanwhile, you had the new National Party that used to have programs. Yeah, we used to have programs. Let me show you something there, man. Let me run a little something there for you. Let me see somebody that look familiar. While all of them was still forming the fool. We have people that you go look kind of familiar to you in this one.
Enterprise Initiative. In 2001, the government of Grenada, through the Department of Youth Development, launched the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative. This initiative has several objectives. These are: 1. To provide meaningful employment opportunities for unemployed youth. 2. To facilitate easy access to credit and training for young people who have an enterprising mind and a sound project idea. 3. To promote youth enterprise as a significant intervention for redressing poverty. 4. To encourage young people to contribute to national development. Over the past 5 years, hundreds of young people have been trained under this initiative. This training is done by personnel of the Grenada Development Bank's Small Enterprise Development Unit, or SEDU, on behalf of the Ministry of Youth Development. There are several components to these training sessions, such as registering your business, opening a business bank account, financial management, marketing your business, developing a business plan, as well as other areas as these relate to the successful running of a business. Upon graduation, trainees receive a certificate and the opportunity to present a business plan to the Ministry of Youth Development for approval by the GYEI Board of Directors. And you may ask, just what types of small businesses are funded by the GYEI program? You may also be wondering, how can I qualify to become a part of the GYEI? Well, if you are between the ages of 18 to 32, are unemployed and have a sound business idea or a business idea that needs development, then you can apply to the project. You can be funded up to $10,000 for your project at a rate of 3% interest on the declining balance. And you can get involved in a variety of businesses: hairdressing salons, barbershops, agricultural, farming, animal husbandry, art and craft, or become a goods retailer. Let's hear now from some of the GYEI participants.
My name is Lee Beggs, and I'm from Maribor St. Andrews, and I reside at Maribor St. Andrews as well. Yeah, and I get to know about the GYEI program through a meeting in St. Andrews at Bylands, and I asked, how I could get in contact and how I could get help from the program and everything. And then they gave me the number and the address and everything, and I get in contact, and from this I get a help from them, from the GYEI program, to develop myself in my skills, as you can see, as a young artist. And they help me with all my equipments and stuff. And it is a very good program, for the youths of Grenada and around.
My name is Nilan Charles. I'm from Paul St. Andrews, and I'm a member of the GYEI program. And this is some of my work that I have been doing for the past year or so, or after Ivan. My involvement in the program was, one of the main things is to get funding for my project. And I thank the ministry for involving me in the program, because it took a lot to really start a business. And I think that is one of the main objectives of the ministry, is to help the youth. And I'm thankful for that. Well, basically, the training has helped me in the way of preparing the business plan. And that is one of the main things young people are lacking, especially if you haven't entered into a secondary school or have the basic understanding of doing a business plan to submit to one of the banks to get funding for any project at all. So that has helped me a lot.
I've got into the GYEI program because I've had a dream. And I always believe in my dream becoming a reality. I thought that I could do something to give back a service to my country and contribute back to my country in a meaningful way. And I thought that I could use my hands, the skills and the talent that God really blessed me with to do that. So I've gotten to the GYEI and gotten the support. And now I am running this business by the name of King Cut Barber Shop on Scott Street.
Well, my name is Devon Felix. I live in Pauls, and I became involved in the program through a meeting I got with Miss Senator Pian Dillinger. And I heard about the benefit from which is the GYEI program, which I was very interested in it. So I talked to the lady concerning that, Mrs. Pierre, and she tell me how to go about getting myself started. So far, I benefit tremendously from the GYEI program.
We learn a lot concerning managing your business, how you go about doing it. Going into a business and you do not know anything, first you have to like what you're going to do. Whatever business you're going, you have to like it. Put your mind to it. Because going in it and you don't like what you do, then it doesn't make sense. It helped me because I didn't know much in going to a business and to make profit or anything like that. So the business has put me in a spot to know what I want to do, give me some confidence in myself.
My name is Ryan Smith from Mardi Gras in St. George. I'm a farmer. And I got involved in the program one day. I was walking up the street with a cherry plant in my hand, right? And I just saw this girl came and she gave me a form and I filled it out. And shortly after, I got a phone call and they told me to come training for the program, and I went, and shortly after I was funded. Well, right now I'm able to manage my business in a good way and keep my records and everything, so the training came in real handy,
The participants of the GYEI also had these words of encouragement about the program.
The government have a lot of programs going on out there that could help y'all, but y'all have to seek to find. Before they just want to stand up by the side of the road. That won't gain all anything, right? I'll just get all in big trouble. So get all yourself involved in something. Farming is a good thing. After you farm, the Creator have a great reward for you. I want all the youths to know that. See?
I'll tell them to go for it, because basically it is a good move by the ministry, as I have said, and Minister Pierre is behind the youths, and it is a worthwhile venture, because when you look at it, we are seeing many of the youths are not on positive programs. So in that now you help yourself to develop in doing certain things to help you and also help your community.
I will tell them to go forward and grab to the opportunity that right now we have on stream for them right now. Because to me, do me real good and others that in it, same way they benefiting good from it. So I will advise any youth whosoever interested in it to go forward for it.
Farm. You have plenty lands. Farm. Do a lot of farming. That's the creator work. And the government have a lot of programs out there for y'all. But you just need to see it, right? Seek and then you will find. Don't expect for everything to just come and meet you so. No youths. You are strong, so you have to work. See? Get more conscious of yourselves.
Remember, you too can become a part of the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative. Just call the Ministry of Youth Development on 440-2255 or 440-2265. The Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative.
Yeah, the same NNP that they say never do anything, we had that program in place. They came into office and destroyed it. When they came into office after 2008, they destroyed that program. And you realize the project officer there, you realize who was appearing in the videos? Yes, the late Norman Gilbert. Myself and himself, we went onto those farms. Honorable Emlyn Pierre, we went up onto those farms and all over the country checking on these people from time to time. Yeah? And they're still around. Norman may have gone to the great beyond, but they're still around and they could tell you. So when some of them taking picture of, as they call him now, Horseman, and saying if that is not the fella walking there with Emlyn Pierre, is because she has been an individual who has guided him along the proper path in his life. You saw when he was involved in agriculture there. That's not the only thing. I have time, you know. All you do have to run. Don't worry, man. Not that we are 3 minutes again. I have time. Yeah? I have time, man. Because I could show you things where he was involved otherwise as well. If all you want to show thing where you, if that is not him with Emlyn Pierre, ask yourself, where was Deacon Mitchell and his whole kit and caboodle when people were doing this work with young people in the country? Because the youth vote they're going after. And you have to ask yourself, where were they?
Really been
Where were they?
Others, to do likewise. Vachel the same, while Vachel's story might be a lot more dramatic than Ryan to an extent, based on the environment that he came from. I think Vachel, in my opinion, and I say this to him all the time, has tremendous potential. And sometimes what we find very interesting, as a matter of fact, I said to one of the guys who have signed on to this, you have seriously demonstrated that book sense is not common sense. And I was speaking to a young man who had 9 or 10 O-levels and 4 A-levels. And he has already spent some time in prison. And he smiled, but I said to him, you're an excellent example that book sense is not common sense. And we made a joke out of it. But I'm saying to you, among those persons, we may think these are persons who are underachievers, persons who have not achieved anything. But like Vachel, you would find many persons are very intelligent and would have done very well in school, right? And so I want to again say to those who are here, the two who are representing the group who are here, that I am very proud of the decision that you've made. And not just proud of the decision, but proud of what you have been doing so far to ensure that you get the message across. So I would probably invite Ryan to probably make a few comments, and then Vachel can do likewise.
Pleasant good morning to everyone. My name is Ryan Smith. I'm a youth used to be involved in a lot of gang-related violence. But then Jah the Creator opened my eye and make me realize that this thing wrong, you know, and he make me see the light.
And folks, the audio you're hearing is from the original. That's why it's singing so distorted. Don't worry, we go fix it and clean it up, man.
But I used to come into the light. So I decided to join up with Miss Emlyn Pierre with a badness outer style movement to try and go around this country to convert enough youths from being bad boys into good boys, you know. And all this thing it's positive youths like me who willing to see change in this country, parents who care about the future of the youths, and a God-sent minister of youth. And we have it all. So we just have to join hand in hand together and make this thing work. You know? Yeah, man.
Good morning, everyone. Well, my name is Vachel Edmond from Grand and St. George's. Well, I was a former member of the Bloods. I know that I decided to make a change working with Miss Emlyn Pierre for 1 year now. I just decided to get the youths in my area to go on a different level. So I try and work hard with them now, and we form a new, how I should put it, organization then to get the youths in positive activities. So I am a part of the members working with everyone to get a part of everything. So I just want to say to the public and to the youth, try and get in it, and everything is nice, because right now we want to do it more positive and better.
Yeah, well, me again, I could plainly see that the Spirit of God is using Miss Emlyn Pierre in this time to prevent Grenada from getting as Jamaica and Trinidad when coming to crime and violence. So I trust that every parent that care about the youth gonna help Miss Emlyn Pierre in any way they can. Yeah, man. Enough respect.
And folks, that's just to give you all an indication of some of the work that was done before. Yeah? Some of the work. Who's that fella, boy? Let me see who's that fella. That fella look kind of familiar, Oh, you maga so? Oh, you hear short so? That fella here short and he maga we anyhow. Yeah. So folks, that is some of what was done before. So when some of them talking about, oh, he associated with Emlyn Pierre, and because of that, they could do whatever they want to do to him, and then he can't talk. No, that is an individual who has done his part to help develop this Grenada, not just the tourism product. He has worked in agriculture, he has worked in youth development, going around and convinced a lot of young fellas, some of these young fellas that both Vachel and he speak to in the army in the UK right now, holding rank too, not just normal private and thing, holding rank. Some of them are in big business and all sort of thing that they encourage to come out of that bad lifestyle, that gangster thing. So when they come and show any picture and say, if there is no horseman walk at Emlyn Pierre, all you never do nothing for the country. Nothing. They never do for the country. That's why they have to hide behind fake page and hide behind fake name, because they have never done nothing for this country. They never even pick up a broom when Ivan passed. But they come in to talk down and attack people because they support a particular political party. When you ask their history and ask what they have ever done for this country, they can't pull a video like I could pull one and show and say this is what we did. They can't pull pictures and show and say this is what we did. They don't have a body of work, of development, of building something from nothing, or seeing people go in the wrong direction and trying to bring them on the right track. They don't have empathy for people. All they want is the vote. And you must make sure that your children know it. You must make sure that your relatives in the diaspora, some of them who are being fooled, who jump in online and attacking people. Diaspora, we love you. We is you and you is we. All of us are one. I came from the diaspora. I came from the Grenadian diaspora. I can't hate the Grenadian diaspora. And is it because of that I know that the Grenadian diaspora has a lot to offer to Grenada? But they must make themselves aware of the reality of what is taking place in their country before coming to make certain statements and coming to make certain decisions. They cannot just wildly buy into everything that they see and everything that they are told. And yes, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. Doing what good job? A good job at full in their pocket. Not one of them have money problem. All of them pocket full. And you check the things that they have acquired directly and indirectly. And I know I say directly and indirectly because some of them put it on other people's name. So the things that they have acquired directly and indirectly. And some of the things that they've been able to do personally. And ask yourself if they could have done that on a government minister's salary. That is what they develop. That is the things that happen. Is the things that happen with them. Not for the country. Because not them spending money to do roads right now. It's the contractors spending money that NNP go out to pay when NNP win. You could put that in the pipe and don't smoke it because that could cause cancer. And the way these people are the health thing there right now, we ain't too sure you will get good treatment for that. So don't go and do that. Yeah? Anyway, folks, that's all the time we have for Talking Points tonight. It's been wonderful being here with you. In everything you say and do it safe and secure. want to be speaking to and with you, and definitely not about you. Love each and every one of you. We'll be back tomorrow night with more talking points for you. Yeah, go and put video up of him again and say, if that's horseman, where you was when he was doing what he was doing to try and help Grenadians and stop young people from being in violence. Where you was. That's all you had to hide behind fake page. All you is nothing and nobody.